Hey, all right. Muchas gracias por apoyar. #PBT to everybody that likes, subscribes, and shares our content, our programming. We appreciate you, and we thank you so much. Thank you for supporting #PBT. This episode is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. You want to change your life. You want to get more energy. You want to have quality in your life. You give them a call, 1-855-771-1650, or go to drtees.com and make an appointment and get checked, and let's rock. Also want to thank Chorizo de HH. Nombre es el chorizo más sabroso de todo el mundo. And they're located in a lot of supermarkets, all the junior supermarkets, as a matter of fact. And if they're not at your favorite supermarket, you need to tell the people there, the management, we need Chorizo de HH, el más sabroso de todo el mundo. Órale, asústame one time. Also want to thank Don Juan Boots. He's been making custom boots and belts and hats and other leather goods for many, many years. You can go to DonJuanBootsOnline.com and you can order your boots, or you can talk to him or message him and make your own boots. He does them. He makes them handmade just for you specifically. Also want to thank Trevino Law Firm. Attorney Nelda Trevino's got the legal experience you need, from car crashes to work injuries, slip and fall, 18-wheeler and motorcycle accidents, and wrongful death. Nelda's objective is always to get the best results possible for you. Now, give them a call, and they'll take care of you. And you tell them Rock and Roll James sent you, #PVT, pa' que sepas. All right, let's get to the episode. Y muchas gracias por el apoyo. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
What specifically did you have to do in the audition? Do you remember what you did?
So the first audition, and I Rock, you mentioned earlier about there being hundreds. There was actually thousands. Mm-hmm. And it was not just for my part. It was also for J-Lo's part, right? Mm-hmm. The older Selena.
Yeah.
It happened in, the auditions took place in San Antonio, Houston, Miami, Florida, Chicago, Illinois, and Los Angeles, California. And there were 21,000 girls that auditioned in total for both parts. So the first, that was a lot of
people. 21,000.
That's of people.
That was a lot of people. Yeah. So I mean,
and every mother wanted their daughter to be
of course. Well, I'll tell you what, my parents honestly were like, "Oh, don't want to take her. She's not gonna get it. Like, she's gonna be so disappointed."
They were setting themselves up for because so to be pleasantly surprised. That they were setting themselves up to be pleasantly surprised. They were. Wow.
Yeah. It was crazy. I don't think that they didn't think I had the talent. The thing is that, again, you had, and especially when you heard the lineup of where these auditions were happening, especially when you hear Los Angeles, California, you're thinking all the childhood actors.
Yep.
What are the odds that someone from the Rio Grande Valley that has no experience, no coaching, and so my parents just didn't want me to be disappointed. And so I told him, I said, look, just take me. I just want to go. And so I remember we went to, it took place in El Mercado in San Antonio. And there were I want to say there were 7,000 people at that location that day. They opened the doors at 9 a.m. and they went on till 7 p.m. And what they would do is they would shuttle like 100 people at a time. Mm-hmm. And they had a bunch of round tables set up everywhere. And they had an adult, which I would assume is a part of the casting. Mm-hmm. And they would get like 10 little girls around in that table, and they would ask us silly questions. What's your favorite color? Where are you from? How old are you? Do you have a favorite song? I think what they were trying to do, and no parents were allowed back there. They were trying to see who's being coached by their parents, who's natural, who's got whatever it is that they were looking for. And I've always been a chatterbox. And so I was just like, oh, my favorite color is this. And my favorite song is this. And oh my gosh. And like, just talking to everybody super friendly. That's just always how I've been. And I'll never forget after that, I actually saw Jennifer Peña and Los Jets were there. They were performing. They had some entertainment there. So I wanted to go see Jennifer, perform, because she was hot that time, right? Or she was blowing up and everything. Yeah. And Marcela was out there, and I said, oh my gosh, Mom, it's Marcela. Like, I want to go say hi to Selena's mom. And so I went and I said hi to her, and she grabbed me and she said, I'm so thankful you're here. A month earlier, because the audition took place in June or July, and actually in May, my parents took me to Corpus to go check out the studio. Because remember, right after Selena passed away, everybody fled to Corpus.
Corpus, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to go too, but my parents were like, there's so many people going right now, not now. So we waited till it kind of died down. And I made a little homemade VHS video of me in a Selena shirt singing. And so I took it to her, and she actually, and this is just the type of person Marcela is, and this is the type of person Selena was. She actually took me to the back, and that whole place, now it's a museum. It was set up very differently. Like you would enter, it was the office, there was a hallway, there was the recording studios, and in the back, I don't know if you remember, I know you do because you went and recorded there. They had like a sala, you know, like a living room, and they had a TV, and it was just so cozy and stuff. And she took me back there, and she watched the video with me.
Wow.
And I was so embarrassed, but so honored that Marcela would even take the time to invite us back, my parents and I, to watch that video. And so, you know, that's where Selena totally got her humbleness from, her sweetness, and always stopped and made everyone feel like you were the only person in the room.
Yeah.
And so when I saw her at the auditions, she remembered me, and she grabbed me and she took me to meet Gregory Nava and Robert McIntosh, who was also one of the casting directors. And I remember her saying, "This is the little girl that I was telling you all about." Now, that doesn't mean that I had
Favor.
you know, or that I had it won, but it was just kind of like, I still had to prove myself. I went through 7 other auditions. I had to do video recordings of myself, send those in. Then I had to do it twice in front of the directors, the Quintanillas, A.B. Suzette, Abraham. So it's not like I got it from
You
the
still had
get-go.
to do the work.
Oh, yeah,
but
for sure.
There was do you think that situation with Marcela got you the gig or had a big impact in you
I think it
being
may
the
have
one
had
selected?
a little bit of favor. For
Yeah.
sure. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. I mean, of course, every kid at that age wants to say that I was like Selena. I was, you know,
Yeah.
I don't want to say that, but, you know, that was definitely something heartwarming and something that I did feel. Maybe there was something about me
There was a
genuinely.
connection.
Yeah, something genuine that she saw in me that, and I credit that to my parents, because I will say this. I wanted to go to the auditions in a bustier, and my parents were like, "You're 9, you're auditioning
Yeah.
for little Selena.
Yeah.
Not
You
adult.
don't need to go in a bra."
Yeah.
And so I had to go dress like if I was going to school. You know, my mom dressed me up like a little girl, no makeup. You know, I mean, that was
I wonder
one
if
thing.
J-Lo showed up in a bra. Did you think she showed up in a bra?
I'm pretty sure she
J-Lo?
did.
She probably
In a
did.
bustier?
Yeah.
Yeah, a
And she
bustier.
probably did.
Wouldn't y'all like to believe that?
Yeah.
She probably did that trick, Rock, where she was like, "Oops, I dropped the quarter."
Yeah, yeah.